Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Terra Tech. And as you guys can see, we are going to be continuing where we left off. It is nighttime, as you guys may be able to tell. I usually don't like starting videos at night. There's not a lot to see. It's kind of dark, but there's one thing that I haven't really shown you guys. I don't know if it will be any different at night than it is during the day, but it may look a little cooler. I may get a little bit more lag because nighttime usually causes more lag because of headlights and things of that sort. But they're on my way back to charge up invaders spawn. So we're going to go over there and we're going to try to kill them. Now, I think it was OP Wally. So overpowered Wally from, the Disney movie maybe is what they're trying to refer to. Maybe that's what it will look like. I don't know. Now, the reason I came back to charge up, mainly for the fact that I had 2 solar reactors and 2 wireless chargers. I sat there for about 15 minutes and nothing happened. Not even my shields went back up. But, I went back to my base where I have that entire recharge station. I had to sit there for like 20 minutes while this thing recharged. There's more batteries on this bot than there is on my recharge station. Just to give you guys an idea. Holy crap, look at this guy. This guy has shields on and everything. Shields, recharge bubbles, the works. Holy crap. And you can already see the lag starting right there. Again, I do kind of apologize for that, but at the same time, the game has gotten more refined over time. And that lag has become less and less as they have done that. So many of you have expressed the exact same things happening to you as I get on mine. So I kind of like to show that. So if you're interested in the game, you can kind of see what step along the way they're at. I don't have a state-of-the-art computer that I'm playing this game on at the moment. I'm still waiting for that to be ready to play on. I do have one coming here pretty soon. And his batteries are down already, huh? I wonder why. Now, on this episode, we're not going to be working on our flying bot at the moment. We've been doing that for the last like 3 or 4 episodes in a row. We will get it back to it eventually, but unfortunately with that bot, there's no real big payoff because it is a flying bot. So it either works completely or it doesn't work at all. And because of that, I wanted to kind of take a break every so often and go off and just explore the map a little bit. Also, you have to keep in mind that I do not have all the pieces I need to make that bot work. So I'm hoping before it's done, I can find the pieces that I need. Is he going to blow yet? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I defeated him. I don't want to destroy everything he has. I'm hoping I'll find little pieces here and there of stuff that I have not found before. Doesn't really look like there's a whole lot in there. Let me move some stuff around. Mainly what I'm looking for is a large receiver. I don't have one of those yet, and I kind of want one of those for what I have planned here in the future. GSO terminal, yeah, we'll definitely, or payload studio terminal, I should say. We'll definitely take one of those. What else do we have here? What is this? Oh, yeah, the Uzis, guys. We'll definitely take that. I like the Uzis. They do cause a fair bit of lag, to be honest, though, guys. They're just, they fire out so many rounds that, depending on how good your computer is and what state the game is in at the moment, you may or may not get a lot of lag with those. So it just keep that into account. If you happen to design a bot and your computer's just not able to handle it, and you notice you're getting a little bit more lag than normal, you could try removing one of those and seeing if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, then put them right back on. But I find that when I start getting a lot of lag, I just simply move out of the general area that I'm in, and the lag seems to go away all by itself, and that's kind of cool. It just, you don't want to stay in one spot for too long if you build these giant monstrosities with your bot. Although, keep in mind, that's kind of what you want to do, Like, you do want to kind of build this really big stuff, or maybe very small, refined stuff. Either way, you want to be able to do what you want to do with it. And there was a Uzi back there, so we are definitely going to go back. Actually, there's 2 of them right here. All right, we'll throw them on the back. I haven't really put any weapons back here yet. And to be honest, because I put all of my little cab bots in the front, I actually put 3 of them up there. That's where they focus all their attacks. So I'm actually left with the ability to just go off and do whatever I want to the sides and the back without having to have this thing completely and totally surrounded by weapons. Some of you may like that, and if you're going to be doing multiplayer, yeah, I would highly suggest that's the route you go. But until you are doing that, until that is a thing on this game where you can go off and fight other people and they can fight you and react the way your bot looks, if you can get all your weapons in the front and leave all the other sides, bare, not only will that help you design a bot that does functions that may not be as defensive or offensive in that regard. Holy crap! Look at this guy. This guy is like really, really decked out there on the sides and on the front. You kind of don't want to attack him from certain sides, but for me, because I'm a little bit overpowered at the moment. Holy crap! Jeez, that guy wasn't destroyed. He was obliterated. That is amazing right there. And you can see all the batteries that are on the ground here, just enormous amounts. And I'm not picking up all this stuff. I have, as you can see on my bot, plenty of things already. I'm really looking for just a small amount of things. The GSO receiver. I'm looking for a bigger tractor pad. Maybe get one of the geocore tractor pads would be nice. I'm also kind of looking for some of the airplane parts that I do not have yet. Now, I have played this game many, many, many times before on different Let's Plays, and as you guys may know, when you first get in here, there's a lot of parts to memorize. You don't memorize all the names, you don't know what they all are when you first get in here, but after you've been in here for a little while, you can kind of glance at the ground and see what's there, and you will recognize all the pieces because they are things that you will commonly use, and then at some point, maybe even be very desirable to get. Like you're actually looking for those items. And so I know exactly what I need and what I have on this playthrough and what I don't. And so I'm not picking up every little thing just to make sure. Of course, if you are not sure, the best way to do it is pick up that item. Even if you don't attach it to your bot, I'm told just the act of picking the item up allows you to then be able to buy the item. I always put it to my bot just in case. I'll attach it and then toss it off. And that way I don't have to carry it with me, but at least then can go back and I can save up money and I can buy that item as many times as I need in the future. And that's kind of what you want to do. If you're ever unsure, just pick it up, attach it, throw it down. It's only going to take you a few seconds, and it's better to be a little bit safe than sorry later on. I know exactly what the feeling is like when you don't do it because you're just like, oh, no, I'm pretty sure I have that one, right? And then you find out later on that you don't, and then you're just like, why didn't I pick it up? Now I'm going to have to be searching for another, 14 years before I find that one. Because the game, I don't know if it does it on purpose or not, but it does have the tendency to kind of know if it's giving you the item, or at least it seems like it does. Because I've been on games where they've given me items right off the bat, and then you never see it again. I don't know if that's just random, if it's luck. It might be because there's other Let's Plays that I've done where all we wanted was our battery. That's all we wanted, just a battery. You're not asking for a whole bunch, and you just could not find it for the life of me. I went off exploring for hours off camera just to see if I could find something, and never could. So with that in mind, I'm glad they've kind of initiated or put into the game these grades, these GSO grade 1, and you can go through the corporation story and kind of get access to items that you haven't found yourself. Because it really, 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 really sucks if I haven't, kind of gotten about how badly it is when you really want to build a better bot. You have the design in your head and you know what you need to do it, but batteries is one of those keystones that without that technology, just so much more in the game is just not possible. You can't build a bot like this that has shields and repair bubbles without the ability to have some way of storing it. And so it's just, you have to have that. And if you don't, it makes things so much harder. I'm talking about almost impossible. Try imagining going against a geocore bot with just GSO pieces. Because again, you have to get those pieces somehow for the very first time. So there's always that first instant where you're going against them in a lesser bot, usually a GSO bot, because that's all you're going to have access to. Those are the little gray blocks, in case you guys have kind of forgotten, because, it is difficult to keep track of the corporations when you first start. I was always making that mistake as well, but now I know what they are. So those little gray blocks, that's what you're going to have, and you're not going to have the greatest weapons in the world. You're not going to have these Uzis. You're not going to have the big boy cannons that I have up there on the top. You're going to have either the Venture Fire rifles, if you're lucky, or you're going to have just the regular AK-47 ones that do, a fair bit of damage, but you're going to need a whole lot of them to be able to take off a geocore block. And if it has shields and you don't, then holy crap, you're going to need to be very, very careful. You're going to need to make sure that your bot is better designed than their bot in every way, and just hope that you win. And even if you win, now you have to pick those pieces up, which, you know, are probably all damaged because you just sat there and destroyed it. Not only that, but your pieces will be incredibly damaged as well. This guy's actually going behind me for the first time. I wonder why. Oh, it's lagging out a little bit there. There we go. So my Uzis are, you know, just sitting there wrecking it as well. But ideal. Come on, you can fire. What's going on? Is he? What happened there? Like, my guy could not move at all for a second. Now, I have had some weird issues with this game when it comes to my controls. I do like my controls being a certain way, and they're not exactly the most standard of controls because of the way I play. I mean, I play laying down, and the reason I do that is just a medical condition. I have a pinched nerve in my leg, so I have to play laying down, otherwise I just can't play. So my controls are a little bit weird, and I have to constantly change every time I log in, or almost every time I log in, the controls for my fire button. I don't understand why. It worked just fine when I logged out, and then when I log back in, it's reverted back to the default. And it's actually fairly annoying because on the days where I forget, you know, I'll get into a fight and the controls, like I'll go to fire my button and I lose the element of surprise. I lose that first few 4 or 5 seconds where I could have just decimated it because my freaking, you know, fire button doesn't work, and it takes me a minute to remember that, oh yeah, by the way, the game doesn't always save your settings, you know, like it saved it, and it may save it 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a row before you log on one night, and it just doesn't do it anymore. So again, if you change yours to, for whatever reason, for whatever settings you do, you want to definitely make sure when you log in if they're you know, actually set to what you want them to be. Yeah, it's annoying, but I know it's a problem that they will eventually get to. It's not one that breaks the game or anything like that. And they got a lot of other things on their plate right now, such as one of the things I hope they will put back in fairly soon is the description. As you can see, when I hover above an item, it will tell you what it is, the Geoso flatbed tractor pad. If you move over the item, like if you move your cursor onto the eye, it will then give you more information. Unfortunately, that aspect is not working in this one. It doesn't give you that little description, and it kind of sucks because they put some really funny and you know, a lot of time and effort into those descriptions. They're funny ones, and it's just kind of a shame that you don't get to see it. Plus, now you have no idea what those items are used for. Why do I have so many items right here? Can they not be? Where's it pulling this stuff from? What's it getting stuck on? Because I do have my thing right here where it can sell that, if it can pick it up. So maybe if I attach that here, it will go ahead and start throwing some of that wood in here, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how to get it up here. I do have... Let's see, what if I do that? Well, what if I go into the air, come back down? Will it move some of the stuff off, maybe? No? No, it's not really doing that, huh? Well, I just need the big receiver. The receiver is going to solve a lot of my problems. I think it's a lot more powerful, and it actually will pick up blocks on the ground, I'm told. And I cannot wait to see that actually happen, because I got a lot of blocks all over the place in this game. It'd be nice to be able to take them apart, be able to sell them, do whatever I need to do with them to get them off. Holy crap. When did that become a thing? Is that how they all explode now, or am I just getting really, really lucky shots? I tend to believe it's really lucky shots because they really don't all explode. You know, it's just one every so often. These things are worth quite a bit of money, so I might take that back with me just so I can sell it, make a little bit of cash. The wheels are worth quite a bit of money as well. I don't necessarily need to take those back to sell, but I do like holding on to them because I need them for other bots that I have in mind. And if my flying castle actually works, I'm going to try to maybe up it a little bit and put these wheels on there just to give it that extra, you know, clearance on the ground. Because when it comes crashing down, if you're not very good at controlling your plane, and it can do that very, very, very easily, if it goes crashing down, having the big wheels on the bottom will give it that cushion when it finally hits that may not completely destroy it. Because you got to remember, it's very thick, or very thin right now. If it got hit just a little bit, it could crack in half, and half the blocks go falling on the ground. And it took a long time to build that thing, like a really long time, and it's still not done. So I know I'm gonna have to save it when it's finally done. I may have to sacrifice it and do that little picture thing. I haven't really done that very much. If you guys know exactly how you save, the designs of your bots, definitely let me know that. I think all you have to do is take a picture, but again, I'm not completely sure about that. I could be just totally wrong and end up not saving it. But I want to have access to that so I can just buy it again if I ever really need to. I don't think I have the super long bracket, so I'm going to definitely take that one. And that one was actually pointed out to me by the game, so maybe it knows what you have and what you don't have and is able to just let you know that. I don't know why I had so many brackets. I guess maybe it was hollow on the inside? Maybe that's why it looked bigger than it actually was, and when it finally exploded, there wasn't a whole lot to it. And I guess you could do that with the armor. You could actually set it up where the armor came off, I don't know, either upwards a little bit more to protect against areas maybe like where your base is, and you don't necessarily want to surround it by blocks, because that's going to weigh it down a little bit more than it is right now. And because it is very, very lightweight. It's just a bracket. It has very little weight to it. And so if you're going to create a very fast and super light airplane where you just go off and maybe do attack runs, or even better yet, I would highly suggest doing this if you want to find more pieces that you've pretty much looked in your surrounding area and you just can't find. You create a very fast airplane, go off and look for stuff, and then when you find it, of course, you land and either put down a payload studio terminal, and that allows you to build another bot up and attack whatever creatures are guarding it, or you fly in, snag the item before you kill those creatures, if it lets you. It used to be where you had to kill the creatures before you could click on it. I think now you can just run in there, pick it up, and you're good to go. If you can do that, attach it to your bot. Don't attach it to your bot. I think as long as you pick it up, you're fine. And then fly on to the next one, and keep doing that. And it's only once you get back that then you buy those pieces from your terminal and start using them in an actual fight. So that would be a very efficient way of going about it. These guys are kind of ticking me off now. I don't turn fast enough. Maybe they realize that. Maybe they realize that my bot is not completely covered. Another thing that I've noticed is you can only push 2 keys down on the keyboard at the same time that the game recognizes. So if I'm pushing back and left, and then I try pushing another key to fire, the third key just does not work. I literally have to stop pushing back or left and then push the fire button, and then maybe I can do 3 keys at the same time. It's some weird little things like that kind of annoy a little bit, especially when you're doing these videos and you're like, why do you suck so bad on some of these fights? It's because I'm fighting with the controls, actually. Controls are not as intuitive as I would care for them to be just yet. I do have faith, absolutely, guys, that they are going to fix all these issues. They have been incredibly good with all the updates they've done. Some of the updates, just like with any game, when they do them, they actually cause malfunctions in the game. But it's it's just one of those processes. I played EverQuest back in the day, WoW, the World of Warcraft, things of that sort, and those are really big games with companies that can spend millions of dollars on their development budget, and even when they did updates, you would always have something break. It was just like the running joke, that just happens. So don't be too upset about it when it happens in games that have lesser, just they don't have the budget that these bigger guys have. You're really starting to take me off, dude. I want you dead. I want you dead bad. There you go. I don't know what killed you. I think it's like delayed reaction explosions or something, but I'm glad you're dead now. The problem with that is, my batteries are almost gone. And it takes a very, very long time to recharge these things. I will probably have to head back just to have it happen, because again, I said earlier, I sat here with just the things that I had, the solar reactors that I had, and I just could not for the life of me, get it to go back up. It just would not even activate the shields. So this is probably not going to be possible. I do have a terminal with me, so if I need to, I can always buy more, because I am really far away and I don't feel like having this entire bot be destroyed while I'm out here, which could be a thing. If you keep going out and you keep looking around, there's a really good chance that even on your way back, you're going to hit by an invader, you're going to get hit by another bot, and he's just going to wreck you. Because without these shields, I mean, you can see even with the shields, I still take a lot of hits. And yeah, I could put the weapons all the way around my bot. That's going to cause a little bit more lag, because you're going to have a lot of weapons firing off. And normally I just find it a little bit chaotic. You have weapons firing in every direction, and it really doesn't allow you to focus what's going on the screen very well. Like, I mean, yeah, you can see there's a bot there, and of course, if you're getting attacked by several bots, being able to fire in every direction is really, really nice, especially if it's one of those ones that just spins around you. Then in those situations, your only weak point are the corners, which they will find eventually if you let them. So you can't just really just sit there for too long. But yeah, if they find your corners, and you can see I'm being pushed up by all the resources under here. It actually doesn't take very many. They have fixed that. If you see it, they kind of are actually being pulled through the material itself and eventually end up on the other side of my bot. Now, if I think I'm going to flip over, all you have to do is enter build mode. If you don't enter build mode and you completely and totally flip over, you are going to you're going to lose all the materials on your bot for the most part, and it's going to have to, like, pick them all back up again, which could be a real nuisance depending on how long it took you to get to that point. Now, I have a lot of wood here, so what I may end up trying to do is actually attach some of these conveyor belts and use the wood to charge up these generators, because they're right here. They will create power from wood, from fuel, from oil, from whatever kind of resource has the ability to be fuel in some sense of the word. And of course, you can always use the wood to be refined and get a more powerful resource out that then will be able to give you even more power. But you had to go through that extra step. So if you set your bot up right and you put the conveyor belts in the right order, this will all be done manually. Unfortunately, again, I just don't have the receiver. I don't have the large tractor pad, and because I don't have any of those things, I'm not able to make this bot function right because it's too big. It's a geocore bot. It's too high up off the ground. And if I put these tractor pads, these GSO tractor pads, any higher up, they simply won't pick anything up. I've tried doing it. Occasionally they might get something, but it's not good. It's not on a regular basis. It doesn't work. You need the bigger ones. And that's just why my bot just does not work the way it should. It could if I get those pieces, and that's why I'm out here looking and hoping that I will, get the stuff that I need. Actually, I could raise it up right here now that there's resources on it, and it will go ahead and start picking that stuff up, as you can see right there. That is a method, I guess, if you want to move your things around rather than drag each and every one of them up once you have them. Let's see, what if we put this stuff up here? There we go. That might do it. Maybe? Is it... No, it's not really attaching it here because I don't have a... Yeah, I don't have a receiver over here. What if I attach one real quick? Where is my receiver? There it is. So let's move that over here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Actually, I can't zoom in anymore, but we'll put that right there. There we go. Will that do anything? Maybe not. I can't even see the tractor pad anymore. There's so many resources there that I can't even click on. I wish I could zoom in more, to be honest, but when you're dealing with these big bots like this, the ability to zoom in past a certain point is a real problem. It's going to happen to you. I can't see anything in there. I could just click on stuff, but it seems like all I'm picking up is the resources. Yeah, that's not working at all. But guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. When we come back, hopefully my shields are completely recharged and we're ready to continue on in our adventure. It's going to be pretty cool too because we're probably coming up on something that we haven't seen before. We're really far out, and usually that means you'll find something, especially since we have not gone in this direction before. And I'm trying to save up my money because, again, there's a lot of things I need to buy for that bot over there, that flying one, and so I kind of need the cash. 20,000 sounds like it's a lot, but once you start buying the same piece over and over and over again that costs $400 to $500, it goes by pretty quickly. Again, guys, I want to thank you all for watching, and until next time,